Okay, I think that this is it. So hello to everyone. Today it's Saturday. It's 1900 hour in Croatia, and the reason that I'm going live, it's not coincidentally or with intention, because I didn't plan to go live today, especially not in this hour. But I just woke up, believe it or not, and I have one very chaotic morning, and I will tell you all about it. Now, it does all start uh, today in the early morning hours when I almost finish everything what I have to do on my computer, and then there was a voice inside of me who said, "Go, go there, go with, take your camera, go in your car and go there in that place." So I sometimes I'm very skeptical about this. When you have this inner voice which advises you some kind of intuition or whatsoever. So this time I said, okay, I will do that. It's not that far away. I will do that. So I went to the Tower Trade Center in Reka, which I usually show you because it have 360-degree panorama, open horizon, as we can have open horizon in Reka because we are below the mountains. And I was taking photos and videos with the Nikon P900 Coolpix, which I buy from the donation on my channel subscribers. So I almost have this 2 years now, and it's rarely that I use it because you really had to be very focused if you want to take a picture with a Nikon. So this is not just taking photo. Everybody can take a photo. Everybody can press the button and take a photo. But in this case, what I'm going to show you now, this is not the deal. This is not like that. So when you come early in the morning when there's no light, in effect, because at 4:30 in the morning the sun is not rise yet. So you have to work with some values on your camera, like focal, like exposure, like ISO value, etc., etc. So you have to make combination between these three things. Uh, for example, if you are making high value ISO on your photo, that makes a day from night, but the photo is very fuzzy and blurry. And if you want to uh, see something what is barely visible and it's behind the cloud, then you're going to have trouble with this photo later. Anyway, uh, believe it or not, what I saw with my naked eyes, uh, it surprised even me. So at 4:56 in the morning, that is before the sunrise, on the southeast, behind the layer of some cloud, which was a mixture between a network cloud and a red cloud. A red cloud, we call the red cloud this gray clouds, which not let anything go through them. So this is the mixture of the chemtrails and some chemistry, which completely put the curtain, let's say the curtain, and shut down the horizon or some part of the sky, so you cannot see what's going on behind it. So I point my camera in that direction, and let me tell you how big this is. So when you see this with your naked eyes, you will piss your pants. So this huge red ball, the difference is like a tennis ball and a soccer ball or football ball. I don't know how do you say soccer. I think in United States they say soccer. So that's the difference between the sun and this ball. This ball is transparently emitting light through these clouds but only in the places where these red clouds are not covering the horizon and the rest of it. So I take about, I don't know, maybe 200 photos and 3 videos of it, and I was very excited. I cannot tell you. I said while I was taking photos, I said, "Well, oh my God! I can't believe this! Oh my God! This is." Can you imagine when you watching when you're watching the horizon, which is not very far horizon. In fact, it's about until there. It's about, let's say, 33 kilometers airline. So this is not something like Mountain Uchka from Rijeka. It's not a big deal. It's not that you are watching something what is or even maybe even 16 kilometers, not something what you're looking over 50 kilometers, something where everything is fuzzy and in the fog. So when I finish this, I also take a picture of the place where sun is rising, so you can see that this has got nothing to do with the sun, that this is on the southeast and it's going retrograde, it's going toward the sun. But there is one problem. Nothing known is there on an astronomical program. And this ball, it's huge red ball, leaving very, very weak light, at least around these clouds, very weak light behind these clouds. Very, very low on the horizon. When I said very, you can almost see that ball, it's going on the horizon like this. That was that big. I mean, huge, huge, huge. And now here's the problem. And I want you to prepare you if you came in a situation like this, that you must know that this is one mission impossible. Because if you set your camera to the long exposure, that means that camera needs sometimes to take a shot. And this is going extremely fast. So this is I don't know how do you say that, Sisyphus work or whatsoever. It's very hard to get anything quality on the photo. So in my case, I was saw that with my eyes, going through the clouds, saw the shape of it, but when you take a photo of it, almost nothing remained on the photo, because this is so tiny and fine color and how can I say different between the light around it, the clouds, and the sharp edge, which is visible as a big, big red ball with not much light, probably because of the clouds. Now come the real mess. When I was finished, and it was about 5:30 morning, so I was taking photos about 14 minutes. I didn't wait sun to come very, very high, because I have my point. I documented everything with many photos. With I show also the reflection of the cloud, which are on the opposite side of the almost on the northwest of the of Rijeka and Istria, and then I sit in my car and I went home. It was 5:30 in the morning, so it was not a big deal. I was so excited. I said, "Whoa! I must now see this on computer. Have very big screen. This is the 42-inch monitor." So I connect my Nikon to the computer, and I start to watch the photos. And then, after second photo, I watch over the JPEG on my JPEG. How do you say application? JPEG viewer. The slideshow show stop, and before it stopped, I must tell you something. This will be very understandable for the women who are ironing their clothes when they are wash their laundry, and after you dry them on your rope in the garden or somewhere else, then you iron your shirts or whatsoever, jeans, if you are doing this. So when you put the iron, when you connect iron with a power source on electric grid, iron need a certain time to warm up. And in a moment when the iron it's warmed up, you can hear one very characteristic sound like click. It means that the iron reach the target temperature which you program on thermostat whatsoever, and this sound it's very, very characteristic. The most similar sound to that sound, it's when your hard drive have trouble, and in your PC you can hear your hard drive when it's jump over some sectors or whatsoever. When you have trouble with these magnetic arms in your hard drive, I know what I'm talking about because I'm repairing the computers. Then you have this special clack sound. So everything what it was on the computer, it's come via the Nikon, not via the hard drive. And I have an SD card which is 64 gigabyte. So suddenly this slideshow stop, and I opened the directory of the Nikon, and directory was empty. There was nothing there. And then I have another directory of Nikon, which is 100 and 101, and there was some files, but not from July 1st. The last file was from 29th of June. So I thought it's some kind of mistake, and I realized that I am connected to the internet. So I said maybe it's not very clever to be connected on the internet. So I tried to disconnect my Wi-Fi connection, but I can't. So the icon that shows available Wi-Fi signals and stations are not available. I click on it and click on it and click on it. So I finally go to my router and I turn off my router. Then I come back. I disconnect Nikon and then I connect them again. And I said it's probably some kind of stupid mistake on the protocol or something. And I opened it, but there was nothing in these folders. Everything what I take it, it's gone. Well, it's not all finished. So that was very strange to me. So I decided to take out the SD card and put it directly to my computer, because I was first thought there was something wrong with the Nikon. So I take off the SD card and I put it in the computer. I open the folders and there was nothing in it. Well, in effect, this is not very big deal for me, because if anyone has erased what I did and what I take a photo of, I have programs that I can take back the data. I usually do that for money, and it's not a problem. So I spent 3 or 4 more hours awake, and finally I cannot stand it anymore, and I went to sleep, and I left my computer run, disconnected from internet, of course, and then I woke up at 6:30 at afternoon, and and it was all there, you know. So I get my data back. I think that some photos are missing, or maybe some probably the video is missing, but I am not sure, because I recover more than, I don't know, 50 gigabyte of data, which was on the SD card. So this is the first time since I have Nikon that I take out SD card from the Nikon. I never did that before, because I don't have any reason to do that. So from time to time, I clean up the photo that I take. And now let me tell you, before I show you something, and I will make another video with these photos, because I have to prepare this. I have to go through this. I didn't have time. I just woke up, and maybe during the evening I will make another video about it. But I got something to show you, and this is what this is what I do this live event. Now let me tell you something. The speed of this object, which is going retrograde toward the sun, which is rising on the between east and the northeast, is tremendous. So I was thinking later, when I was doing all this settings on the Nikon ad hoc, you know, everything what I can do the best to get the best of it, but I didn't. In effect, I don't have what I saw on the horizon. I mean, but I have it. Don't worry. You will see it not in the first moment, but you will see it later. So I have many photos, and the situation is developing in that way that almost half hour later you will see what I will be counting. The point is that when you taking photo of this, it's very difficult to set up the camera to catch this, what is going on the horizon or somewhere else, because you need how the dawn is coming and the daylight is coming. The value on your camera, it's changing. I mean, the conditions are changing, and you have to change the value on your camera to take a photo, and this is all last in a minute. So this is one mission impossible. This is one mission impossible. So all you can do, you can have a lot of luck. I mean, you must be very, very lucky to to take a picture of it because you don't have time to take a picture. Not to mention that telescope, it's completely useless tool in this case. Completely useless tool. And so I went to the astronomical program. I go through all the way around this, what is going, and I got nothing. There was nothing known in this place. And it is going retrograde. So the closest thing, it was Nibiru, which was on the more toward the northeast, I mean above the sun. And that was high above the sun. And that was very, very low on the horizon. So this has got nothing to do with Nibiru as Nibiru itself. This is something else. But the ball is huge. If you ever see that, and believe me, you don't have to wait much time for it. And everything what you see in the Mexican camera, it's in effect true. And we are not dealing here with 2 or 3 planets, suns, or whatsoever. We are dealing with numerous huge objects which are traveling on the horizon or high in the sky. It doesn't matter at all. And now I'm going to show you something. And this is the cake for the end. I told you many times that they are doing Photoshop on the time lapses, okay? And I told you that there are the objects behind the clouds, which are they covering with the Photoshop. And I know and I understand that many of you are skeptical about what I'm showing to you. Are you? Well, let me show you something. This is the time lapse from the Abendur in Scotland at I mean after the sunset on the southeast. Let's say southeast. Okay, southeast will be the great orientation. So let me show you what happened at 9 and something in a Abendur camera, and what did they do to this object. Now watch this. Let me share my screen with you. Just a moment. Okay, now I will share my screen with you and you will see what is going to happen here. Okay, so as you can see, this is 2134, and 2134, it's a long time after the sunset in Abendur, overlooking Bird Island, Fife, Scotland. This here, just a moment, this here is the place when the sun is rising. So this is between the east and the northeast. And this one will be probably the east. So this object here, you see that light here. Now I will go frame by frame forward, and you will see what they did to this light and what and in what way they did it. So let's go forward. This is what few seconds later. Please follow this here. I can also zoom in if you want. So this is the object here. Watch this very carefully. It's not a moon because moon was far away from here in that time. So this is the object here. And now look what they did to this object. Do you see this angle here? Oh, you're not seeing anything. Watch this. You see 90 degrees here? You will see it now. Okay, now I will stop here. I will stop here and I will zoom in just a bit. So this is the 90-degree angle which will go behind the clouds. Now watch this. Just a moment to go back. So you see that here? Watch the next one. And the next one. And you see, watch how the triangle, how the this rectangle goes behind the clouds. Watch. You see? And it's going behind the cloud, still visible, and still visible. Look at the reflection here. Do you see the reflection of this on the surface of the water? This is the reflection here. And let's go forward. It's here, still here. And let's go forward. It's still here. Still here. And this is 20 and 20. It's still here. So I can go back and show you once again this. Or if you want me, I can go like this, 200%. This is the light. This is the light. This is 200%. This is 200%. And now we are having our friend here popping out, but very, as you can see, it's very blurry because they did something here, but in fact, so this is an organized cover-up by a company that owned the camera. Here it is, my friends. Here it is. You can clearly see a rectangle and a straight line, which is different color than the rest of this here. And this one here also. 1, 2. So let me show you. Watch now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200%, still visible and goes behind the cloud. And here we got some Photoshop. You see, they blur it, all this, and they put, first they put the rectangle, white rectangle, and then this is a Photoshop. And I can show you something else now, just a moment. So I will blow up this. And I will blow up this too. And I will blow up this too also. It's here. And I blow up this too one. Okay. Now, let's go back and let's add some hue and saturation. And let's see what we can get out from this color, because color will make these things much more visible, and they reduce the color, so you will get the right color on the camera. 106. So look at the color around this object. This is what is going on while people are sleeping and thinking that someone will announce or tell them what is going on in the sky. Yeah, right. You got much more chance to win the lottery from the government and have a jackpot than that they will tell you that this is here. And here is your friend, 90 degrees. Here it is. And here is, you see how it's moving? I will show you now how it's moving. Just a moment. I go previous frame, watch how it's moving. You see that? You see the movement? Watch. So this is the hue and saturation. And a bit here. And this one, of course, you can always go to the original time lapses on the YouTube. Look at the Photoshop here. This is all Photoshopped. All this section here. And you can watch the original time lapse, but I warn you that when you watch the original time lapse, you will not be able to see this because I went frame by frame to show you what is going on, because they drive this time lapse in so high speed that these details are not visible at all. So let me tell you something else, and I will show you that in just a moment, to show you where is the moon in that time. So just a moment, Bells, remove the comet. Is there any show daylight? Sorry. Okay. So as you can see, moon is on the toward the southwest at 21:33, and this here is in just a moment. $21.38. Okay, so what you see here got nothing to do with the moon, because nobody will cover the moon. This is what is going on and on and on. And there are people who think that I'm lying to you, that I'm showing you something what is not true. But I'm not. No, I'm not wearing a mask at all. I don't need to. I got nothing to be ashamed for, or to hide myself for something. And I show you that so many times, so it's not a big deal. But this one was very, 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 very interesting one. So let me show you once again this. Look at this. Just look at this rectangle here. Look at this rectangle, please. Take a look at this. So you are not able to see this while you're watching the time lapse, because time lapses are going so fast, in very, very fast speed, that your eye is not able to catch this frame and these details. But when you go frame by frame, then you got this rectangle, which is clearly visible that this is the intervention of the human hand, and with a graphic program on the original time-lapse photo. So I will make another video, and I will try to do to get the best of it. And there was also some other objects there present in the sky, which are manifesting very, very strange behind the cloud, but you can see it because the shape, it's not lying. You will see that this is moving and keep that shape all the time, while all other clouds are messing and changing its shape. So that something remain 10 or 30 minutes in that condition, always in the same shape. This is practically and theoretically impossible, completely impossible. So I don't know what else can I tell you. Just to remind you and to warn you that uh, taking photo of this, taking photo of this object is not an easy task to do. Not even for the man who is aware that this is there. So let's put aside all your beliefs or no beliefs or your fiction with something whatsoever. But I'm telling you uh, what is going on in the practic, in the reality. While you manage to enter all this value manually in your camera, this is long gone. Because 30 seconds, 20 seconds in that condition, it's crucial. So all you can do, you can click and click and click and take a photo, take a photo, take a photo, and live in the hope that everything will be fine and that the quality of the photo will be okay and that will remain on the photo, that you can show something. Because when you take a photo of it and you see that this is that this is there, you can see it with your naked eye. You can see the giant red ball behind the clouds, which is, I don't know how many times bigger than the sun. Then when you compare what you saw and what you take a picture of it, and then it doesn't matter. It makes you a bit frustrating, and frustrated. And but it's okay because I didn't expect in this condition, and I'm not some very well photographer at all. I have to learn much about taking photography or taking photo with a camera which has a manual uh, settings for taking optimal photo. This is not an easy task. This is an art. It's not you will buy the camera now. How I have Nikon now. I have all the world in my hands in the photo world. No. This is uh, you get a book in PDF, which is you have something to pass through this to see that, to read this, and this. I mean, instruction manuals are very very large and detailed, but this has got nothing to do with taking photo. Because taking photo, it's an virtue, it's an experience, uh, a lot of factors are here. And when you come finally uh, I mean, when you finally came into the situation that you have taken photo of something what is moving, what is covered with the cloud, and when what everybody denied, and you can watch this with your naked eye, and when you take a photo and nothing remain on it, or barely something remain on it, then this is another story. But we all know very easily that at because I take photos all around in 360 degrees, so you can see that there is no any color cloud, uh, uh, any color anything around, just in this place, and this is the southeast. So we all know in the summer at the southeast at 4:30 or 4:50 in the morning, nothing can be read low on the horizon. Nothing can be read because the sun is not out. everywhere else the color is completely normal, and when the sun comes out or barely comes out, or behind a hill, then you can see the red cloud in the opposite way of the sun, which is illuminated these clouds, which are, I don't know, reflecting some infrared light from the sun or whatsoever. It doesn't matter at all. The point is that you cannot have any object that size on the lobe on the horizon on the southeast on the 1st of July. And this is the main construction, main base or basement for research or to ask very serious question. But we don't have to ask very serious question. There are people who are questioning things and people who are not questioning things. So I'm not going to deal with the people who are claiming that this is not possible, that this is, I don't know, that and there and whatsoever, or it's not there. I don't care at all. When I see something with my own eyes, when I'm there with my camera, and you who were not with me try to convince me that this is not the truth and that this is not existing, this is something, this is another pair of socks. You know what I mean? Another pair of jeans whatsoever. Literary. So this is it. This is all I have to tell you about this. This event was very, very odd. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will now watch the chat box, and I will see what is going on in the chat box. Yes, yes. Okay, this is very well said. So one of the participation in the participant in the chat hand said, every planet, every moon, every star, every institution, educational, medical, even the chemicals in the sky, we've been light for thousands of years. Yes, this is the truth. This is the truth, and this is a very good point to start think different, or to start questioning the things, because our educational system is built in that way that they plant the lies, and we are responsible for our children and for our future citizens of this world. We cannot leave them live in that lie. We have to reveal this lie. We have to fight to reveal this lie, and we have to build another and better world. But if we can't, if this is out of our control, then you can be sure that some higher force, or we may call it whatever you want, God or planets or whatsoever, it doesn't matter at all. Name is not important. We'll take care of it. And I think that we spend all our time and all our chances to change anything. So what is going to happen now, it's, if you didn't learn your lesson in a previous way, now you will learn your lesson in that way. And unfortunately, this is very, very destructive. So I was wondering that I believe that some people are, how can we say, chosen or whatsoever to remain here and to raise their children and the future generation in the right way. And I believe that this was happening also before, and that once we have people who are living in the truth, and they know what is going on, and they live in harmony with the nature, and etc. etc. So someone poisoning the water, that now the water is complete poison, and this lake with this water must be empty. And for those who call up the science, let me tell you something. And now listen, this is the final word from me about the science once and for all. So let's say that at 1st of July in 1960, in 1600, in year 1600, Copernicus said that Earth is a globe. Let's say that was the 1st of July. So what was the Earth before that someone pronounced that Earth is a globe? Because there was the science. Science, science always exists, no matter how strong it's or illuminated whatsoever. So until the 1st of July 1600, year 1600, there was some theories, science theories. And look what's happened. In one day, they completely changed their story. I'm talking about the science. I'm not talking about some private person on the street talking in front of the one cafe. I'm talking about the scientist. So there was a scientist before science exists, very very long time since the Earth exists. People are start to exploring the where they are living, the space, the stars, etc., etc., and that is the science. Medicine is the science. What if you do something for 100 years, and then one day, just one day, in 1 hour, 1 second, someone find out that they were all wrong for 100 years, and they start to change their method of surgery because this one is better and it's make more better results in the end. So what is with this breaking point here? How come that science changed so radically something? So you now they said that Earth is a globe, and we just wait the day, an hour, when somebody will came with a theory that Earth is not a globe, it's a cube or it's a banana. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I am not the flat earther, but the flat earthers are much closer to the truth than the globalist or the globe guys. Globe is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. Globe is the reason why are we living in that way. Globe is a lie which will be put down and go in the history as the biggest lie ever told on the world. Okay, if you don't believe me, I don't care. You will one day. If you survive, if you stay alive. So thank you very much for your attention. That will be all. Uh, I don't know. I can take a look at the chat here because is there anyone? Is there anyone here want to ask something? Okay, that will be all. I will make another video probably tonight with the photos that I take with my Nikon, and I will show you all the photos. I hope that I will also show you the video because I have two or three, let's say, short videos where when I came to the place and I kept the whole panorama in 360 degrees, so you will see what was the situation when I came to this place and what was the situation after when I started taking the photo. And then I stop and then I make another video because I was so excited, and you will see it. Don't expect very much because the quality of the photo are very fuzzy, but you will get the point because the only point where the color is present in the sky is this that I was filming, and I will prove that to you. Thank you very much and stay tuned.